Howdy class. Today we're going to be talking about leaders of today or leadership. Today we're discussing a case that where a female CEO is trying to push her company forward in the new market that they're about to experience. Some of the challenges that she has to face is that she has to assess her leadership styles without compromising her leadership positions. What this means is that she must prove that she's a suitable leader to guide the company, but she's not just about power. She's more like she's gonna push the workers or executive board and everything to move forward so the company can be successful tomorrow and not just on the present day. Also, the CEO or the client, she must inform the employees of future changes. She can't just make decisions without telling her employees because a lot of the times this causes for people to get out of their comfort zones like in a sudden movement without adjusting to the change and causes problems on the long-term run. Also, the client must express that in order to be successful, everyone must be on board and by giving their 100% and not just like, nah, I don't feel like working today, or not giving their everything. That's one of the challenges that she has to face. Another challenge that she has to face is that the client has to be cautioned on how to share her concerns and ideas and strategies because of her position. So she must ask for feedback from his employees to gather information on how to better the company and help his employees. That's pretty much this challenge where she has to open up to like her executive board, like to her employees to know if they're going in the right decision, like the right direction. Not just because, oh, we need to do this, because it might not benefit like the employees, it might just benefit her, and that would cause like a conflict of leadership and power where she would just like, you know what, I'm the CEO, I do whatever I want. So she has to be able to open up to her employees and executive board. Another challenge that they have to face is that she has to recognize that she must provide a model for her own executive team. What this means is that she can't just be a goldfinger. And what I mean by that is that she can't just be giving orders. She actually has to put herself in the work field and show that she's a role model, that she can do it also, that if she can do it, you can do it, and that there's no challenge between like, just because I'm the CEO doesn't mean I don't know how to do it. If the co-workers and the executive board sees that she can do it, it's gonna show motivation for them to also like follow her. Also, between this challenge, the client has to determine has to decide which executive member or which worker is going to stay on board and which one is not. She has to be able to classify them between the X assumption theory or the Y assumption theory. And which this means is that the X assumption theory is that workers don't have the motivation to move on. And on the Y assumption, workers encourage each other to work towards the same goal. And that's what a true leader needs to do, like motivate their employees towards that same goal so at the end of the day the company can be successful. Also, the leader can't just be all by herself. She has to know how to distribute the authority and the responsibilities between her executive members and choose lower leaders so they can push the people forward and they can know what to do. Pretty much there's all these kinds of leadership types that we can follow, but at the end of the day, we have to put the example so people can follow us. If we don't put the example, we're not going to be able to achieve that goal. And there's nothing impossible that we can do. Thank you and have a good night.